And welcome back to Realms of Faroff, where I play clicky-clacky math rocks with all my good friends during these troubled times. As you can see from the map, they are in quite the predicament. Our noble heroes took on a quest to essentially play bodyguard to a nobleman's party. Very quickly found out that the nobleman's invite list got a lot more attention than it probably should have. They spent a few days going around the local city, uncovering if there might be any plots to attack the party. Found one, overcame it, defeated the fanatical worshiping group of peasants trying to become noblemen through violence. Routed that, defeated them, and then went to the party. While at the party, they rubbed a few elbows, learned a little bit more about some foreign cultures to their own before a known mage who was attending the party, someone who's actually tied to our own Kip, a warden of the hold, got surrounded in darkness at the gazebo. Important gazebo. And then once the darkness fell, he called forth a tremendous spell, racking the entire area in an earthquake. The earthquake proceeded to demolish a good chunk of the Lord's estate, throw everyone to their feet, but most importantly, opened up these giant boreholes into the ground from which a swath of various creatures poured out into the party. So we are going to start tonight straight into the thick of things, combat straight up. But before we go into the combat, I'm going to go ahead and get some administration stuff out of the way here. First off, if you are a sub to the Twitch channel, thank you so much for your support. Super appreciate it. Please, if you do have a sub here, use your sub perk. You can find it in the chat channel or down in the About. Also, we are still continuing April trying to raise money for a great cause through the Association. American Association of Cancer Research. There it is. I got it out of my mouth. We have a big goal. We're nowhere near it. I'd still like to be able to give something to these good people by the end of the month. There are rewards for certain milestones. Please, if you can, give. We appreciate it very much. And last thing we're going to touch on is finally, what do you all know when things start pouring out of the ground? Let's do a quick round of knowledge checks to go ahead and get these questions I know you're going to ask me as things go on. Just get the fuck out of the way right now. So first off, can I get a knowledge dungeoneering roll from anyone who is trained in the skill? Jules, you have another luck coin, and Alara, you have a die 6 inspo. Thank you, Pale Dragon.
I won't need it for this one.
Thank you.
Oh, I have another luck coin, 2 luck coins. Thank you, Pale Dragon.
Yep. All right, so Akko, you're a 12. Jules, you're a 22. First thing that you all will know from this is that these creatures right here, these creatures are not death sloths as someone might have thought that they were. These creatures are in fact a creature that all of you know is a troglodyte. You've seen Akko take their form several times at this point, so you're familiar with what troglodytes are. The big thing to know about these troglodytes versus the troglodyte you've seen Akko form into is that these troglodytes are hella stinky. They smell terrible. Anyone who is near them, you are immediately getting this waft of terrible breath, terrible smell into your mouth, and it's thick. It's like you're chewing on just something terrible. With Jules' roll of a 22, Jules, you know that they are particularly susceptible to bright lights. They have light sensitivity.
Okay.
Akko, you're just familiar with the fact that they're troglodytes. You don't know anything more beyond that, like everybody else. Let's see. The other thing to know is there are, of course, drow on the field. We have a drow right here. and we have Drow right here. So if you see either of those two tokens on the field, those are very clearly Drow. They're wielding a variety of different weapons. We'll come across that as we go through combat. The last thing we have is this big guy right here that you all see across the field. Anyone who is trained in nature can roll nature, or I will take bardic or cloister cleric lore, whichever one you have access to.
Dirty 20.
20.
And I'm gonna throw my. Can I do my bardic as well?
You won't need it.
All right.
All right, 21 nature, 26 nature, 20. Oh, I'm getting someone. There you go. Thank you.
I got it. I took care of it.
All right. So Jules, Akko, and Fee. All three of you are familiar with what this beast is. As soon as you see it, the giant chitinous plates off its body, these hooked mandible arms that come off of it like elongated gorilla-like arms. Instantly, you know that this is what's known as a hook horror. Hook horrors are mutated bird-like creatures that live in the Underdark. They are extremely tough, they are extremely armored, and they hit like a fucking truck that's plowing into you at high speed. You all will also know, just want to grab this here, you know that they're blind. Hook horrors can only see by essentially doing a form of echolocation. So you know that there's a certain radius for that. You're not sure what the radius is, except for Akko. Akko, you're sure that they can sense anything out to 60 feet, based on some reading that you did while you were in the City of Gold at Mythical Creatures. You were in the library reading about that book, so you actually saw a little page about that. All right, I think I've covered
think that
everything.
If I were to...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, do I think that if I deafen them, that would be a good idea?
You think it might absolutely help you kill their blind sense if they can't use their echolocation?
Okay.
Hey, Wade.
Yes.
Is this also a dark elf?
Yes, that is a drow.
Or a drow?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Now, real fast before we go into combat, everyone give me perception rolls. $25 for Jules. Akko's out. Fees 21, 13, 14, and 19. All right. So
20s are not being kind to me today.
Right. We'll get them out of the way now before you have to start swinging and
Yeah,
crushing
exactly.
things, right? All right.
Don't
So
start talking about it, guys. We'll jinx it.
Kip, Alara, Fee, you three are outside in the garden. The first thing that you all notice as this is all happening is that Olisara, Theoden, and the Bronwyn delegate all fell into that hole. As soon as it started rumbling, all three of them lost their balance and fell into that hole, with the table and their chairs and everything else. Let's see. Jules, you are inside. Akko is inside. Jules, you see obviously the two people that you told to leave. They're leaving, but obviously they fell to the ground, and then there's a giant hook horror now pretty much in front of them. You can very clearly see that from where you are.
Is that over here?
Yeah, so you can see
Okay.
Jory right here, and you can barely get a glimpse of a hook horror out in the foyer that you all came.
Okay.
I'll let someone else answer that question, chat. And I believe that's everything. Any questions before we kick off into combat? All right, let's do it then. All right, so we are going to start off at the top of initiative. First up is Hook Horror in the dining hall. It's going to be this one. He is going to take a swing at this woman. Dice. There we are. Ooh, okay, he will hit. Devastating blow, and then he takes another swing with his other arm. He'll miss with that one. Next up is this guy. This guy is going to try and make a run for it. 5, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. All right. B, you're up.
Okay. Do that. And I'm gonna cast Bark Skin on myself. Actually,
You
I'm
take
moving
on
further away though.
bark skin, and you also see the bark crawl across Luna's form as she is protected as well.
Yep.
All right. Anything you want to have Luna do other than travel with you?
Actually, I'm. Let's see. She keeps the bark skin, right? If she goes further away from me than 5 feet.
No, she keeps it no matter what. Because you cast it while you were next
Okay.
to her, she gets the effect instantly. It stays with her.
I'm gonna send her here.
Okay.
I'm gonna have her attack this guy.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
$11.
11 will miss him, unfortunately. All right. Next up is a troglodyte. He is in the foyer. He will move to this guy. These people need to make some fortitude saves. All right. He is sickened. Sickened is going to be a red dot. Attack him and miss. All right, woman. Where is she? Okay, with the Crown Prince. She is going to stay exactly. Well, actually, she's going to move one over to get full protection behind the Crown Prince and his 2 Night Guards. And that's all she's going to do. This guy here is up next. He is going to jump around and engage the Hook Horror. He reaches into his belt and pulls out a dagger because no one here is really armed. You guys start realizing that very quickly, that all these noblemen and women, barely anyone has a weapon on them. Maybe a ceremonial dagger here or there, but no one's clutching a sword. No one's got a staff. It's kind of bare bones for defense. His dagger will skitter across that thing's chitinous plate, twice being completely ineffective. Gazebo people. This woman, very clearly confused. She's going to try and make a run for it. $55, $60, $60. She's actually going to move right here to this guard and hunker down with him, thinking that he is going to be able to do something to help her. I don't think she got the news there. Kip, you are up. Kip, you might be on mute.
Yeah, I'm just considering here. Well, first and foremost, fuck you, Joel.
That seems reasonable.
You said it. I hate you for being right. Full run action.
Okay.
As I pass Fee, just gonna smile at her and say, "Remember me fondly." Go here, and I'll take the attacks of opportunity and throw myself in the hole after the delegates.
All right. Well, let's resolve attacks of opportunity then. That's going to be 1, 2. We'll just do 2. The troglodyte is kind of focused on the burrow master right now. The drow male will miss with both of his. Oh, sorry, just with one. He doesn't get 2. The female's cat of nine tails will strike in, whipping across your back as you drop into the pit. You are going to take 8 points of damage.
Okay. I'm assuming that beat an AC 17.
Yeah, I rolled a 19, so I was pretty sure that you didn't have over a 20.
No.
You fall into the hole. It's dark. You have dark vision, right?
Yep.
How far out is your dark vision?
60 feet.
Okay. Let me grab. I didn't think anyone was going to be diving into this hole. Give me 1 quick minute while I look something up.
If you're checking for fall damage, don't bother.
I wasn't particularly checking for that, but that is another concern I was going to bring up. What are you doing to mitigate?
I'm a Silverbrow human. I have Featherfall as a spell-like ability racially.
Okay. So you dive into the hole. Immediately when you dive into the hole, Kip, you can see the bottom. So you're certain that it's not anything further than 60 feet down to wherever cavernous area that they were in. So you feel your eyebrows twitch a little and you start wafting down to the ground. Looking below, you don't see any of the delegates in your immediate vision scope.
Okay.
Your bird
that fall probably didn't kill them.
If you assume that if they died, you'd probably see their bodies laid out on the ground below you.
Right.
Your bird is going crazy, by the way. You're getting like a smorgasbord of emotions from your bird right now, primarily fear. All right, anything else you'd like to do? You're going to be wafting down. You won't touch down this round. You'll touch down at the beginning of your next round.
Got it. No, just looking for the delegates. I was preparing to use my belt of healing on them to try to get more combatants back on the field.
Got it. All right.
And prevent international incidents.
This drow will go next. He will jump up to here, and he will swing on this guy, or sorry, on this woman. He'll miss with his first strike. And he doesn't get a second strike because he moved. He doesn't have a full round. All right. Next up we have is the house captain. He will come around, see terrible, terrible things, and rush in to fulfill his nightly duty. Swing at the hook whore. He actually has a weapon, and he will connect. He manages to stick his blade in between some chitinous plates and do a little bit of damage to it. Next up is going to be Prince Guard. He takes a step forward and slashes at this troglodyte. Hit. First strike. That, and then his second strike will miss. This guy brings his hands up and starts casting a spell, and his body is covered in blue plates as a very familiar mage armor spell goes off. You all have seen several times now.
Was it? I'm sorry.
It was the mage armor spell.
No, which guy cast it?
It
Oh, Dunkel.
was. No, that wasn't Dunkel. It was this guy right here.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Dunkel
Sorry.
is next up in initiative.
Can we get an armor icon on him?
Sure. Throw it up. Armor. Let's use this little tower. All right, next up is Dunkel. Dunkel starts weaving a spell together. Anybody who is outside can feel free to make a spellcraft check. Let's see, we got 11 for Fee. 10 for Fee, sorry. Unfortunately, Fee, you have no idea what he is casting. And yeah, that you're the only one who's outside other than Alara. Alara is not trained in spellcraft though, right, Katie?
Nope.
All right. Well, even though Fee, you have no idea what he casts along with Alara, it's pretty evident as his body shimmers and then disappears. Second, I just need to do something on the GM layer. All right. Next up, we have. Oh, 1 second. I just realized for some reason the initiative tracker isn't moving when I move it. Let's see, 16 for a hook horror. There we go. All right. We have which hook horror is moving? That one. All right. So, Akko, give me a perception check. You're the only one who's close enough to hear or see anything.
Am I not close enough?
Not for where this is placed at. You don't have a direct line of
That's the
sight
second
anywhere
one
near
on
it.
perception.
You have no idea, Akko. All right, so that happens. Next up is this guy. This guy is going to. His eyes go wide, and he casts a spell. And Alara, you're the only one close who has a line of sight who could see it. Oh, actually, no, sorry. The hedges are all torn up there. You all will see it. As a shimmering blue door appears behind him, and he falls back into it, and the door shuts, and he is gone.
Which guy was that?
That would be this gentleman right here.
Thank you.
Just need to move him fast. There we go. All right. Next up is going to be this woman. Why that's not moving you all anymore? It was doing that just a second. There we go. Fixed it. She is going to fall backwards out of the chair that she is in next to Emnos. And then she is going to look towards the dining hall, look north, not like any of her options as she looks towards Emnos. What do I do? Where do we go? Emnos, you can respond.
Stay behind combatants. Just try and stay out of the way.
She moves to the only place that could be considered behind you currently. All right. Next up is the Crown Prince himself. He stands up off the ground, dusts himself off, looks around at the room, and then he reaches up to his ear and he rubs at his earring. And other than that, he does nothing. He stays exactly where he's standing. Next up is a troglodyte. Where you located, Troggy? This troglodyte right here. He is going to attack the woman he is next to. He will hit her. Okay, to take that much damage. All right, Hook Horror. Where are you looking? All right, Hook Horror up to the north. He is going to. Oh, I apologize real fast. I misspoke. Alisara and the Bronwyn delegate, those are the only two who fell in the hole. Theoden is still up top. He's right up there next to the goblin. But he is being attacked by the Hook Horror. Hook Horror misses with his first strike. Hits with his second, though. Theoden has a large gash running down his chest from the slicing hook and mandible that goes across him, knocking him further into the ground. Next up, so many things on the field. Okay, we have one of the bards. He begins playing a song. He immediately just starts jamming on his lute. Everyone who is in the ballroom is going to get a +1 to attack as you feel inspired by this mystical song that he begins just jamming out right there in the middle of the chaos.
Man, I really appreciate this Titanic violin bard.
20. He will stop there. All right, troglodytes move somewhere on the field. Next up is this gentleman. He will his hands come up in front of him as flames flash forward. B, you can roll spellcraft. You're not sure what he cast, but there is a plume of fire that juts out from him, just barely missing Luna, but does catch the Burrowmaster in its field. Reflex. All right.
Out of curiosity, it looks like he was attacking the troglodyte and not specifically trying to target the Burrowmaster, right?
No, it looks like the Burrowmaster just happened to be within the field of the spell that he
was
cast.
in the slash.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did hit
just so
the-
you know, Wade, Luna
Yep.
has evasion, so just let me know.
Got it. The fire wraps around the two drow, the trog, and the Burrowmaster, burning them. And that's that. Next up is going to be another one of the Spelljammer bards. Her voice picks up as she begins harmonizing quickly with the lute. Everyone in the ballroom gets a +1 to all skill checks until I tell you differently. And she rushes forward. As she passes you, Akko, she gives you a wink and says, "This is where you pick up the next harmony." And then she quickly moves past. Trug here. He is going to attack that woman that he is next to. Ooh, nat 20. viciously clawing across her body. Imnos, you are up.
Right. Hymnos is going to pull a potion of bull strength and drink it. And he's going to flip his sword around in a reverse grip to enter a new stance, assassin stance.
Ooh,
And I'll
assassin.
start moving towards this. Yeah, start moving towards this hook horror and other awful things.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
That's me. That's all of my actions.
All right, Alara, you are up.
Oh, sorry. The only other thing I'll do is the lady who's hiding behind me, I will point towards the other woman here and the guard, and I'll say, stay with her.
All right, she looks like she's going to follow your orders. Alara, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna stand up. If I stand up, that is my movement action. That's it.
No, it's not your full movement action. It's
Okay.
We'll say for ease here, because I can't remember off the top of my head. It's half your movement.
Okay. So I'm gonna move here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna call out to Fee. We need to get to the others. If we're scattered, we will all fail. And I
Right.
don't think I have any more movement I can take, right?
No, you only have 20 feet of movement
Sorry.
in your big full plate.
Okay.
You do have your standard action, so if you wanted to move more, you could convert your standard into a move action.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna do.
Okay, so that gives you another 20 feet of movement.
Okay. I'm moving inside.
All right, you move up to follow with Imnos. All right, this dwarven woman down here, she sees the gentleman that was next to her vanish through a mystical door. She looks very upset about this, and then turns to face the hook horror, and lacking a weapon, she attempts to punch it right in the fucking ankle. She will miss. Second attack will also miss, as she seems to be very ineffective currently. Let's see. Next up is going to be.
Do hate to be the bearer of bad news for that lady, but attack of opportunity from the hook horror because she's fighting with an unarmed attack.
Except that she is particularly trained in unarmed strikes. My good sir. But I appreciate the call out. Thank you for trying to keep me honest. All right, something happens off your all's vision. Trog, let's see, this Trog is going to move towards the guy who lanced out with fire and strike at him. Let's see, that's going to miss. And Kip, we are on to you. Or sorry, take that back. Wait, why do I have two Kips here? 1 second, folks. I'm seeing multiple people on the initiative. Oh, I still have your old
My rolls.
rolls from the other one. Give me 1 second. I have to delete these.
Yeah, my fresh roll was a 17, if that helps.
Yep. Jules, you were an 11, right?
Yes.
Okay. Akko, what's your new roll?
New what?
Your new initiative roll.
Oh,
Initiative.
3, I think.
So it wasn't the 10 that was
Which is
before.
pretty.
All right. Got it. All right. Jules, you are up.
I'm going to 5 foot back. And I want to ask, just so I can understand action economy correctly. I
Sure.
would like to hand a potion to Akko, and I also want to cast a spell. Do I have enough actions to do that?
Double checking. Give me 1 second.
I believe it's a move action to draw the potion, a free action to drop it, and then you could cast.
But the
I can-
5-foot step is a move action anyway.
Yeah.
Move equivalent
Yeah.
anyway.
So my saying here would be that you could draw the potion and hand it to Akko as a move action.
Okay.
But you couldn't also crawl back unless you converge your standard to a move.
Okay. Could I at least draw the potion and put it on the ground?
Sure, that would be your move action too. Basically, your move action would be to pull the potion out and put it wherever you want to within your reach.
But I wouldn't be able to 5 foot away.
No, not unless you converge your standard to a move.
Okay. Then okay, I will just 5 foot back.
Okay.
And Jules will pull forward his holy symbol, put his fist in the air, and say, my allies, my power is in you, and I cast prayer.
All right. What does that do?
All allies within 40 feet of me, all allies, receive a +1 luck bonus on attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saves, and skill checks. Yes, I was knocked prone, Johnny. That's why I had to shimmy for the 5 foot. And then all of my foes take a -1 penalty on each of such rolls.
Do they get a saving throw?
Saving throw is none.
All right, so it just
spell
happens.
resistance does apply.
All right, spell resistance, something drow are known for. It was only the 2. Oh, yeah, they're the other 2. Got it. All right, so I'm going to just mark them with a purple if they are effective.
Yeah, sorry, I know this is going to be a fun one for everybody receiving +1s.
So tell me one more time, what does it do to the enemies?
-1 to attack rolls, damage rolls, saves, and skill checks.
Got it. All right.
So basically -1 on everything.
It's got to measure real fast. Okay, so we'll hit him. We'll hit him. We'll hit him. We'll hit them. Okay.
And as Jules does this and punches his fist in the air, you'll watch his radiant energy just wash out over him like a wave.
Got it. All right. You watch it linger around a few, though on some of the drow, you see it just wash past them. And it just flows around them like a river around a rock.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Then I think that's all of my actions. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and I'll look at Akko and say, I got a potion that'll help you. That's about it.
Got it. Let's see. Who is up? Where is she located? All right. You all see this woman up here. Her eyes are wide as she is taking in what is going on. She will raise her hand as she begins crafting a spell, and then she hurls it forward at the hook whore. B, again, you're the only spell crafter in the area who could do it. She has cast the spell Sound Lance. It's a single target attack spell. So she hurls this lance of sound directly at the hook whore. Hook whore fails horribly. It is a 3rd level spell, just so you know, Fee. 16.
What school is it, Wade? Sorry.
Evocation.
Yep.
Okay.
16, 25 damage to the hook whore. There we go. All right, that's her. All right, next up we have this woman back in the foyer. She is going to make a run for it. 30. All right. All right. Prince Guard at the entrance. He will step inside, see what's going on. He will join the guard captain at the hook horror. Swings. His blade meets resistance as he fails to find purchase. Next up is this drow right here. It is going to step over here as it draws out its sword and tries to butcher this lady. Ooh, that is a possible crit. Does not confirm, but he does hit her. Okay. Troglodyte to the north. 5. He jumps into the water. They are naturally amphibious creatures. As it starts sloshing across the pond, straight up to Fee. Fee, I'm gonna need a fortitude save from you, please.
Fuck me.
Got a 6. All right. You are going to have.
Actually, can I use my reroll?
Absolutely, you can. Go ahead, use that luck coin.
God damn it.
You do have fate dice. I'll throw that one out there.
I would say use a fate dice. Fortitude saves are usually really important.
Yeah, which one should I use?
You're
Ooh.
probably going to need at least like a 5 or a 6.
I'd say use like the D10.
Yeah.
D10 or
best
12
bet.
at minimum.
D10 or D12?
D12.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
you
12.
not being like nauseated or sickened would be nice.
That'd be a 13.
Hey, Wade,
13? Yes.
can I add my D6 onto that?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
But 13 is exactly what you needed to hit in order to not become sickened by the troglodyte's overwhelming stench. Yeah, that's what you would be doing, but you managed to hold yourself back. You cannot be affected by troglodyte stench for the next 24 hours. So if I start making you do it again, just remember that won't affect you.
Okay.
All right. Next. Oh yeah, he will swing at you. However, not 20.
God damn it.
8 damage.
Okay.
Not particularly amazing rolls. All right. Next up, where's this guy? This guy, who happens to be directly next to a hook horror. He does not like that at all, as he screams, uses the withdraw action, and dives out this window with a spray of glass, hurling himself out into the garden.
My man.
Man,
That
I
seems
love this
legit.
guy.
My man.
He just screams. He's like, "Oh my god!" Just boom, just right out the fucking window.
One more time. How did that go?
Ah, right out the fucking window.
Yes.
All right.
He
Next
just
up,
Matt Derek.
Does the hooked horror have reach?
it does have reach. Thank you, John.
Even if he withdrew, he still takes a hit from the second square.
That is fair. That will hit. That will hit him.
Scream's gonna. That
He-
scream's gonna
He's
get.
screamed for a good reason.
It's gonna get cut off real fast.
All right, let's see. Okay, he has some hit points. Now a quarter less than he did before. All right. He gets out the window though, screaming with a bloody gash running along his back. All right, back at the foyer, a good doggo enters the field following his guard captain, Master. He will rush up right over here, and he will start attacking the troglodyte. And that will hit the troglodyte.
Best doggo.
Do a little bit of damage. And that is the Mastiff's turn. One of the house guards. Let's see. Okay, Northern House Guard. He will move to engage the hook horror on behalf of his lord's protection. He has a spear. He misses with the spear. Actually, he wouldn't go that far with a spear. He'll go right there. Next up will be a drow. Where are you located? There. You move up to here. Troglodyte. Troglodyte down here. We'll move up to this guard and attack him. Hit. Old man dwarf down here. He will start casting a spell. What spell does he want to cast? Yeah, he'll do that one. He begins weaving a spell. Or hook horror begins tilting back and forth on its feet before it comes crashing down to the ground in a very deep slumber as it is knocked unconscious. We will put
Which
this little.
horror is that?
It would be this this one right here.
Okay.
Whoop, did not mean to move it. Fall over right there. Put a little snail on it for its unconsciousness, unless there's some Z's. I don't see any Z's on it. Nope, I like the snail. Alright, next up is going to be Gibraltar, the Goblin Emissary. He is going to not like anything about this as he looks to the Burrowmaster and says, we need to flee now for your protection. And he will rush across over to the Burrowmaster. He will withdraw from his position and take the wide path around to escape the hook horror's reach. John. All right. Woman. Where is this one? This woman. She is hurt badly. She is going to withdraw from her position and move behind this guard. Bard. He is going to. Everyone is very grouped up here, but it's not in the way that you want. Apologize, folks. I'm just looking at something real fast. He weaves a spell, and right here you all watch as a burst of golden glitter erupts around the hole, catching these two drow, as well as the hook horror and the troglodyte, but just barely missing Lord Hagrundi. Some will saves to try and negate some things. Akko, Jules, you can make spellcraft checks. If you were so inclined.
I think I know what it is.
Also, but I know what it is now.
He casts glitter dust. This guy
What
is the
level did
only
he
one.
cast it at?
Cast it 2.
I rolled a nat 20.
Let's see. All right, so we are over to this guy. He is going to withdraw. And make his escape. All right, next up is this drow. He is going to... He's going to rush forward, jump onto the table. He is going to slide across the table, looking pretty badass as he does it, coming to a stop right here. And he is going to strike at you, Jules, as he pulls
Okay.
out his blade. Does a dirty 20 hit you?
A dirty 20 will hit me. He actually has advantage because I'm prone, I believe.
It does
Not
get advantage. He
but
gets
plus
a
4.
+4, yeah. You're
Okay.
going to take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. Next up will be this drow. He has Luna on him. He is very confused, but he will strike at Luna, thinking she's one of the house dogs.
Motherfucker.
We'll
But
fucking kill you, dude.
a 10 will not hit Luna, I'm fairly certain.
Oh, dear God, no.
Second strike.
Luna's
How about
stacked.
a dirty 20 on Luna?
Nope.
I would say she's got bark skin going.
Not with Barkskin.
All right. Let's see. Next
Now
up
she's
is
motivated.
going to be this woman right here. She is going to use the withdraw action. $50, $60. Help me, guard. She rushes out the back. Let's see. Who's this person? All right, another one of the bards. She is going to pluck a string on her lute and then reach over to Jules and pat him on the back and heal him for 11 points of damage as she uses Cure Light Wounds.
Jules looks very invigorated.
Lord Hagrundi. There is a hook whore in front of him, a fellow noble. People are being attacked at his party. He is shouting for the guards to attack as he is looking to get away from where he is. He will take a 5-foot step back away. He will go into total defense. And that will be his action. Second Prince Guard, he will step up to this troglodyte and this Hakor. Attack the trog. That will absolutely hit that troglodyte. Ooh, big hit. He scores through the creature with his blade. Next up will be troglodyte. Where are you? Here. Right. Hook horror. Southern hook horror is asleep and won't wake up. Theoden. Theoden will Theoden will reach behind him and draw out a curved short sword that he had hidden on his back. Having been given a warning by the group that they were probably going to have some troubles at the party, he came prepared. And that will hit the hook horror. All right, that is his. Next up will be this person. I apologize, folks. They're not lighting up on my map. Oh, that was one of the whole people. They're gone. Cool. Drow in the foyer. He will step forward. Gauge this guard. He will miss. He will hit. All right. Drow priestess. She will reach up with her hand as she calls forth a
damn it.
blessing. No one can threaten her. All right, all of them will get the bless effect. Blue for their blessing. That will be all of them. Cool. All right. Little Drow boy. Little Drow boy will move around the older dwarf gentleman and clutch his leg. Next up will be this woman. She is, you all know this is the historian. She likes absolutely nothing about being surrounded, as she will draw, pushing through Lord Jory and try to make her way out. This Drow guard, Drow fighter will move at this guard. Hit. For that much damage. All right, troglodyte. Where are you? Trog. This trog will move over the Umber Hulk. Oh, the Hook Horror. I apologize, not an Umber Hulk. Will it know what to do about deep slumber? But just double checking. It will kick the hooked horror, trying to rouse it, being one of the main forces they have here. And that will actually rouse the hook horror from its premature slumber. Next up will be this troglodyte. He will attack the man who blew flames on him. He will hit. Gazebo Daddy. Gazebo Daddy will Fee. Give me a sense motive roll.
Fuck you, Gazebo Daddy. 1 second.
That's how you get baby gazebos.
Oof.
I have
Okay.
no clue.
He's looking past you. You're not certain what he's looking at, why he's looking over there, or any other reason. Before he is going to sprint 40, 50, 60, 70, 90. He moves all the way over to there at a full sprint.
Fuck you, Gazebo Daddy.
Oop. That music got very loud, very sudden. What's that?
Yeah, that's the fight music of me killing Gazebo Daddy once we're done with this for abandoning me.
He might not have known that he was supposed to be hanging out with you. Sorry, guys, the music getting really loud there all of a sudden. All right, next up is going to be Lord Hagrundi's pal. He will cast a spell defensively. He won't make it. And spell, pop it up. You watch, Jules, you can do spellcraft, and so can Akko. Akko, he cast the slow spell. You watch as, let's make some saving throws here for people. Was the one he wanted to slow. Fail, fail. Pass. Fail. Oh, spell resistance. Alright. Unfortunately, the Hook Horror did not get slowed. He appeared to manage to fight that off. Troglodyte. Drow. Troglodyte. And the Drow up by you, Akko. They all noticeably start slowing down from the effect of the spell. Next up will be this Drow warrior. He will. Where does he want to go? Oh, not there yet. Back. He will rush downfield over here and attack this guard. Ooh, he'll hit. Oh, wrong dice. Right. Scores a keen strike on this guy. Burrowmaster. Burrowmaster. What can I do with this ogre mage?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
Wade. The answer is yes.
he can do quite a few things. First thing he does is he looks at Gibraltar, the little gnome who's telling them they need to flee. Run from such a rousing fight, I think not. And with that, his body starts lifting up off of the ground as he starts flying up into the air. He flies up 30 feet as his move action. And then he throws a... yeah, he casts a spell. Fee, you can feel free to roll.
Yeah.
This is... yeah, he casts the spell Cone of Cold, which is a 5th level spell. As a slurry of frostbite winds emanate out of his hand, coning out to hit the Hook Horror, the Drow Priestess, and the Drow Fighter, but expertly moved so it doesn't hit Luna. So they get spell resistance, but he is quite powerful. They get reflex saves. Okay. And then 1d6 per caster level. 9, 14, 23, 30, 37, 44 points of cold damage. Breezes across this area. The hook horror takes it fully. The Drow Priestess takes it fully. The Drow Fighter manages to nimbly dodge as much of it as he can, but what he does take very much hurts him. All right. Next up will be this woman. She will she'll withdraw over to here to the guard and Lord Hagrundi. Next up will be this gentleman right here. He is going to withdraw over here behind the guard and Lord Hagrundi. Let's see. Something happens off screen. All right. We are slowly coming to the end of the first round of combat. That's going to be this troglodyte. He is going to rush over here, attack the bard, and miss her. This woman, she will, she is going to 5-foot adjust to there, as she, she's looking towards the two elves that are right here, and she says, "Get close to me, those of you who need to escape." As she will go into a total defense situation to give people time to get to her. Next up will be this lady. Oh, gazebo lady over here. One of the last at the gazebo. She will cower. She'll stay exactly where she is. She has no reason to move. All right.
So Akko's Massive 3 is not on the initiative order.
Roll again for me and we'll adjust it.
Oh, whoops. Forgot I had to click on myself.
Yeah, you have to click on the token.
Got it.
All right. Yeah, 3.
Yep.
All right. Let me send. Oh, so many things. Akko, what would you like to do?
All right. So I'm prone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
And eat an attack of opportunity from the slow guy.
Yep, he misses.
Score. I am going to cast defensively, alter self.
Okay. Give me that concentration roll.
It's going to be a 17. Done.
All right. What are you altering into?
A troglodyte, of course.
All right.
But I would like to do white.
All right. You can turn into the normal white troglodyte that you are. I will point out that there are a variety of shades of troglodyte that are on the field. Your party will easily be able to identify you since you've taken the white troglodyte form a couple times now around them. But more than likely, as you start moving around, no one's going to be able to discern you from any other troglodyte that's on the field.
I'm wearing noble's clothes.
You are a fancy dressed troglodyte, I will give you that. But you are still a troglodyte in a field of troglodytes attacking people. Just want to make that very clear to you.
That is fair. That is fair, and that's all I can do for the turn, so
Okay.
I'm done.
All right, so she cowered. Foyer Hook Horror. He will attack the guard captain. Hit with the first claw. Hit with the second claw. Okay, so first he'll do that amount of damage. And then he will initiate a grapple because he hit with both claws. Easily scoops up the guard captain and immediately gets to make a beak attack on him as he digs his beak right into the guard captain's chest. And he rips the guard captain's heart right out of his chest in a bloody spray as the man falls to the ground, lifeless. All right, so Bard will cast invisibility and disappear. And then do invisible people things that invisible people like to do. All right, Drow Warrior, where you look? Down here. He will move forward and attack this woman. Hit. All right. This elven delegate will take a step up, kind of half crawling on the table to get away from her position, as she also defensively casts a spell. Akko, Jules, you could roll spellcraft if you want. She's kind of far away. It's a little hard to hear her over the din of everything happening. Shield of Faith.
20.
Dirty 20 as well.
She casts Shield of Faith. Back to the top of initiative. Hook Horror in the dining hall is going to attack the woman who just cast a spell. He will miss, but he will hit with a crit on his second strike. She does not look good. She gets laid out flat on the table with a hook buried into her gut, ripping her innards out like a string of dirty, disgusting sausages. This guy, I believe, has left the field. B, you are up.
I'm gonna take a look at that troglodyte.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use Wild Shape.
All right, what are you turning into?
A crocodile.
All right, we're going large size. All right, your body twists
They're
and
medium.
morphs. Oh, are they medium? Oh,
Yes,
I
they're
thought they
medium.
were.
I have the
I thought they
template
were.
for crocodile pulled up.
Perfect. All right, let me remake you into medium. There you go. All right, your body twists and morph with a cracking of bones and the growing of leathery scales as you turn into a fierce water combatant. What would you like to do? I don't know if that's a move action or is it standard for you?
Let me double check really quick. Druid Wild Shape. Wild Shape. Can you please tell me what it is?
Shit.
I want to go through the.
All medium
Doesn't
creature
say.
once a day. Option. Ability functions like alternate form. Lasts for 1 hour per level. Changing forms is a standard action. Doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can turn into it, and you still have a move if you'd like to move anywhere.
Oh no, I'm gonna fight this motherfucker when I can fight him again.
All right. Let's see who's up. Troglodyte in the foyer. He's going to attack the Mastiff. He will miss. Right.
Luna.
Oh, yeah, Luna.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Go ahead. What would Luna like to do?
She's gonna attack that Dark Elf.
That will miss
13.
the Dark Elf.
Ew.
She manages to scrape her teeth across his leather greaves, but can't find purchase as he nimbly moves out of the way. Next up is one of the prince's cohorts. She will remain right with the prince. Next up is this gentleman. Hearing that this woman might have a way of getting out, he will stay within the hook horror's reach but move forward. Next up will be this woman. She will withdraw now that the guard is in combat. She will move here. Kip, you come to a landing at the bottom of this cavernous hole. You can see 3 splintering cave tunnels moving away from your position. Currently, you do not see anyone within your scope of dark vision.
Do I hear the sound of injured humanoids down any particular direction, or am I going in blind?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, crap.
Okay.
Oh,
So you don't hear anyone moaning or groaning in pain. What you do hear is the sound of running. You hear it coming down one of the tunnels, moving away from you.
okay. So I'm going to do something dumb that may or may not work, but rule of cool, I'm going to try.
Okay.
I can see the top of the hole, right?
Yeah.
Are any of the gigantic limbs of the hook horror like visible
easily.
over the edge of the hole?
Yeah, you see this thing like rearing back, and every now and then you see like a giant mandible come over the side.
So right about now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Shatter and then start running down the tunnel towards the sound of footsteps. I'm going to attempt to cause a slide that'll cause him to fall in the hole.
Yeah, so he's gonna get a reflex save. What's his reflex? I bet it's not that great. It's better than I thought it was, but it's not good enough to avoid the explosion of stone under his foot as he tries to get his purchase, but just can't as he topples back into the hole from whence he came.
How do you like it, you right fuck?
6,
And hopefully he doesn't survive the fall damage, because otherwise I'm dead.
14, and 20 points of damage as he falls down 60 feet, slamming right into the bottom of the hole. You cast a look over your shoulder towards its body that lays there unmoving before one of its bulbous eyes opens up, looking directly towards you as you cut around a corner.
I like to imagine that the rest of the party can faintly hear the blood-curdling scream of Kip pissing his pants as he runs towards the footsteps.
That's fair. He does not look good, I will say that. He looks fucking terrible, but he is alive. Somehow, he is still alive. You cut around one of the corners, Kip, and following the noise, the stonework here is all raw. It's clearly been cut somehow, but it's left it looking very natural in a way. It's not hewn. It's rough rock, stone. It's difficult terrain down here to move around. It's not a natural cavern, you don't think, but you're unsure as you're following along with this noise. You haven't caught sight of anything just yet.
I know. I know jack shit about caves, so.
Yeah. All right. Drow warrior right here. Hearing this woman say that she has a way out, he steps forward to try and kill her before she can get anyone. That will hit, and that will miss. Some damage to her, but she's still up. Guard captain dies. Prince guard down here. He is going to take another swing at this troglodyte that's to his right. I'm trying to figure out why there's this viewpoint. You should be able to see what's down here. Give me 1 second. Let me look at dynamic lighting. Something's weird.
Yeah,
Just
there's
this
a
weird
bit of a wall to the south of me.
Yeah, there's this weird black patch, but there's no dynamic light wall there. So let me.
Hey, Wade,
Let me
when you get a
reveal.
chance, I have another question.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just going to reveal area.
Yep.
That did not reveal jack shit to you guys, did it? Nope, it did not.
I'm in a hole.
Try this reveal. Nope. Okay, I'm going to try one more thing. I just killed the dynamic lighting in that area. There we go. You guys can see that now? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I see it.
So he attacks that troglodyte. He hits that troglodyte and he drops that troglodyte. It falls over with a blood-curdling scream and hiss, hitting the ground. All right. So, what's your question, Kip?
I still have my emphatic link with my familiar, right?
In fact, you do.
I'm gonna send it the general idea as a free action for my last turn to locate Dunkel and make a lot of noise above him.
Unfortunately, that's not something you can do with an empathic link. You can only send emotions through that link right now. You don't have the developed telepathic bond to send more comprehensive ideas and thoughts like that.
Okay.
All right. I skipped somebody. It was where's this guy? It was this gentleman right here. He crawls up onto the table, and he will stab at this drow with a dagger that he has. Hit. Getting a little blood. Let's see. Hook horror over here. Jules and Akko, you watch as actually no, I think everyone can see this. You all watch as over here. I didn't pull you guys.
Where's over here?
Here we go. Over here in the foyer, this wall blows out as a hook horror stampedes through it. That will be its action. Oh, invisible guy action. What does he want to do? What's he- Um. All right. This guy. Well, if I can get to the GM layer, there we go. Visible. Duncan becomes visible next to this hole in the garden. As he is whipping his hand around his head, a small bead of flame at the tip of his fingers as he hurls it forward into the ballroom, where it lands right here and explodes in an immolation of flame as the very clear fireball goes off in the ballroom, rocking the area with explosive concussive force. Need some saves from people here. It won't hit any of the party members. It wasn't aimed at you all. All right, damage. All right. So first off, the hook whore will take a full thing of flame to the face. Grundy's friend next to it will take a full thing of flame to the face as he drops over, completely immolated. This Prince Guard will take a full face of flame. This Troglodyte will die. This Crown or Prince Guard will take a little bit. The Crown Prince will take a full thing of flame to the face. As his hands come up, holding his face in sheer pain. This woman will become a burnt up corpse of deadness.
She was already probably dead inside.
Probably, who knows? All right, so moving on. Hook whore to the north. Oh, the one that's in the hole. It will pick itself up and echolocation. Kip, you hear stomping. You hear the ground tremor, much like a T-Rex that is on the hunt, as something starts getting closer and closer to you.
Is there a puddle for me to look into to see if like the rings are spreading?
There's a little cave puddle that you pass by, and you stop for briefest of moments, and there's just that little doop, doop, that little jump.
Is their vision based on movement? Because that's going to dictate my next action.
You don't know. You only Akko knows about the hooked horror's sensory abilities right now. He's the only one who knew.
I need a
feeling
road
Jules.
flare.
All right, Troglodyte will rush over here, and will attack the Hagrundi guard. Hit. The Crown Prince will reach down to his belt and rub it as you see the burns across his face start healing. Wrong die. 3, 9, 12. He looks a little bit better, but not a lot. This girl will stay exactly where she is. This guy's gone. troglodyte over here. He will rush over to help his trog friend against this mastiff. Ooh, he will crit the mastiff. And the dog whimpers in pain. Bard from the Spelljammers, he will take off. He rushes out. Troglodyte in the ballroom, he will rush this guard. He will fail. I was about to say these two were on top of each other. This woman will she'll swing her lute at the troglodyte. She'll connect. Akko, you will notice that there's a spray of blood, and that's when you notice that the lute on the baseboard of it has a thin metal blade built into the shape of the lute. All right.
Who did she
Next,
just attack?
she attacked this troglodyte right here.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I understood.
Yep. This guy, he is going to take a 5-foot step back as he casts Magic Missile. And 2 magic missiles burst out of his hand, slamming into this trog, but not finishing it off. Imnos, you are up.
Okay. I'm actually debating if I should help folks here or here. Both are a problem. Where are Akko and Jules, by the way?
They
What
would
room
be
were they in last?
Oh, you can see them. I mean, you can see Akko down in the ballroom next to Jules.
I mean, I
They're right
can't just because of the angle. But all right, so that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is Imnos will kind of dip low for a moment and concentrate, and he'll be wrapped up in shadows and disappear per greater invisibility.
All right, you take on the greatest form of invisibility that there is.
And he'll make his way over there, and while still invisible, going to use Wolffang Strike on this drow.
All right, give me that attack roll.
With a sword blow and an unarmed strike. So first off, does a 15 hit him flat-footed?
Absolutely, it does.
All right, and then I assume that means a 27 also hits him flat-footed.
Yes.
Excellent.
And just give me your total damage. You don't need to segment it out for me.
So in that case, let's do... $36 points of damage.
Whew. You jackknife across this guy's back, rending him across his spine. He falls forward, bouncing against this woman who pushes him back off of her as he wobbly turns to try and see what just assaulted him, and there is nothing but air.
Although the invisibility immediately then wears off. It only lasts
Does
to
it?
the end of Imnos' turn.
Oh, okay. The greater visibility only has a 1-round duration for you.
Yep. Cloak of Deception is just, it's a swift action and it lasts till the end of my round.
Gotcha. Well, you appear as he looks back over towards you, and you just see like this sort of like dazed pain look across his face as he looks at you, half aware of you, half unsure of what he just experienced.
Pretty legit.
Anything else
me.
you'd like to do?
Nah, I'm good.
We lost music. Give me 1 second. Push that. Start from the beginning of the track. There you go. All right. Let's see. Alara, you are up.
All right. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna move here,
Okay.
and I guess I will attack this thing.
It is a rampaging insectoid bird-looking motherfucker. Give me those.
Personally, don't love it.
Give me those destructo rolls.
It's not flanked, correct?
He is.
It might be big enough that you and I are flanking it.
Yep, you're
He
fine.
is flanked. Okay.
Yep.
There is no bonus because I wasn't in the room when they started playing music.
That's correct. That will hit.
Good to know.
Almost a crit.
Ha! Fuck.
4 damage.
4 damage.
All right, you slice a little bit into its chitinous plates. Anything else you'd like to do?
There is nothing else I can do.
Troglodyte up here will rush at this guy again. Hit him. All right. He's scratching and clawing at that dude. He doesn't like it. Drow over here will leap forward and join its buddy assaulting the Scarred. Miss. Down here, Dwarf Woman will... She'll continue to fight. She'll punch at the Drow. And miss with both of them. Shit. All right. Jules, you're up.
Okay. Just a quick rules question. Do slowed creatures get attacks of opportunity?
Excellent question. I don't believe so. Let me double check.
No, I was looking it up, and it looks like they do. They can only take one normal action during their turn.
That is correct. They
I
do
looked
still
into it
get
before I did my
attacks.
stand up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's got a -2 to hit though.
I'm still not going to risk it. I'm gonna 5 foot back again.
Okay.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. And you watch as Jules again in prayer throws his arms back against the ground and yells, "Gillespie, give me wings!" And he casts flight. As
All right.
my domain spell.
You are now capable of flight.
Sweet.
I
don't think I have any movement remaining.
All right. Next up will be.
But would that make me not prone anymore?
Yeah, you're not prone anymore. Now with the flight spell going, you have perfect flight. You can hover. All right. Fee, Troglodyte with you. He will strike out at you. Will an 18 hit you?
Nope.
All right. Let's see, Drow.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
I can't heal myself, but I would have healed 5 points when I shapeshifted.
Okay. I'll say you're already at max,
I
aren't
don't
you?
know why I can't. I was keeping track of it on my sheet, but I can keep track of it on here.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
There.
Looks like Yeah, there you go. 44.
I don't know why
max.
it's showing 41 of. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Fix it. All right. Drow.
Thank you.
No problemo. Drow will move towards Akko, not towards the bard. Akko, it's going to attack your little troglodyte ass.
Oh,
Will a
no.
19 hit you?
No.
No?
Nope.
All right. Prince Guard in the foyer will attack the hooked horror. Hit. And hit. Woman up here. She is going to move back into this corner and cower. Troglodytes at the gazebo will attack that guard. Cut. Got it. Drow, where are you located? Drow in the foyer will move forward to here and attack the Mastiff. He will hit. And he will kill the Mastiff. With a pained howl, the dog drops dead. Guard up here will spear at the horror. Miss. Kip's copycat will run for it. He runs, hits the wall to the estate, and tries to climb the wall to get the fuck out of here. But for right now, he just ineffectively hops up and down trying to find purchase. Doesn't get it though. Up. This drow on Luna will attack Luna again. 22.
Yes, that'll hit her. Sorry.
All right. Luna will take 10 points of damage from the first strike.
Okay.
Second one, that's definitely not going to hit. Drow over here. Seeing Jules start flying, he grows concerned and takes a 5-foot, and then is going to full attack Jules. Jules, does a 17 hit?
Did you give him the -1?
No, I didn't. So
I think
16.
it still hits either way. Okay, and then a slow. I think he's got a.
That's
My
factoring
15
in the
my
slow.
AC's 15. My apologies.
Okay.
Okay.
So that'll hit, and then his second. Oh, he doesn't get a second attack. He's
Yep.
slowed. So you will take. You will take 3 points of damage as his slow blade manages to find purchase into you. All right. This bard, he is going to saw the fireball go off at the Crown Prince. He thinks there's a political strike going on. He turns invisible, and books it. Next up is going to be this chick with Lord Hagrundi. She is surrounded by people. She's going to 5 foot over here. Gibraltar the Goblin looks up at his now flying Burrowmaster. Sir, you really shouldn't be taxing yourself like this. We shouldn't be in this situation. We should really go. And he is going to cast a spell. As his body starts vibrating in place, and then it starts looking like there's shifting forms of himself moving around his own body, as he seems to displace the very air around him. Next up. This old man, seeing that this is a very bad situation, reaches down, grabs the drow boy, grabs the woman, casts defensively, and all three of them blink out of existence. The hook horror that's standing there climbs to its feet after basically being awoken. Doesn't know why that happened. Sees the ballroom and charges towards it.
Hey,
Let's see if
Wade.
he can. Yes.
Can we get 5? I'm so sorry. Can we get
Yeah,
5?
absolutely. Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break, everybody. And we're back early from the break, folks. Just needed a little bio break there. Get food and other assorted human activities. Let's continue this fight. So Hooked Horror is trying to bash through the ballroom wall. And he rolled a 20 on his strength check. So he clobbers Kool-Aid Man style through the wall into here. Spraying these huddled masses with glass and stone. Next up is going to be a troglodyte. Could be one of the ballroom troglodytes as it jumps out. Actually, it'll jump over. He'll jump over here and attack the guard. Hit. All right. Prince Guard. The one that's on the Hooked Horror. He is flambéed inside of his armor from that fireball, but he focuses on the Hooked Horror in front of him. As he strikes and misses, and then strikes and it's critical hit.
Brave fellow.
Why did my thing jump? There we go. Scoring a brutal strike on this thing. Lord Hagrundi. Lord Hagrundi, this is a terrible situation. He coughs as the stone flies around him, kicking up dust. He will... Oh, what can he do? Let me grab his sheet real fast. He reaches down to his hand, seeing that this is going terribly, terribly wrong right now. And he rubs a ring that he has on his right hand. And all of a sudden, the air is filled with the noise of basically a siren goes off. It is blasting through the air around the estate. You would assume that he's probably set off some type of alarm to give notification to the local constabulary that there's something going on here. Bard girl next to Jules. She will... she's holding a lute. She twists the neck of it and pulls it off, the string snapping as she does, as she reveals a short sword inside of her lute, and then she stabs at the drow in front of her. She hits and do a little damage to him as her blade manages to cut through his leather armor. All right, next up is going to be this one. Oh, she's dead. That's the one who got cooked behind the prince. Drow Priestess. She is going to cast a spell. I believe that Fee is still the only one available for spell crafting.
Yep. Shut up.
She cast Cure Serious Wounds. Touches herself and her flesh begins knitting back together. Click, goddamn you. Alright, Drow Warrior. In the foyer, he attacks the guard. Hits the guard. Strikes again. Hits again. Oop. Delivers some brutal damage to this guard. His blood flies. Theoden, the hook horror has dropped into the hole. Kip jumped into the hole. last he saw Alisara and their other delegate, they were going down the hall. He has no available means for getting down there, so he will circle around to the Drow Priestess and strike at her with his blade. He'll hit her. Manages to undo a little bit of her healing. Troglodyte here will continue to just strike and claw at this guy. He doesn't like life very much. Troglodyte, where is it? Oh, old Troglodyte, down the south. He sees this dude trying to go over the wall, and he's gonna go try and fuck with that dude.
What you get?
And miss. Let's see. Drow Warrior. One of the ones on this guard up here. He's going to take his attacks. Hit. And they drop this guard. He dies a screaming bloody mess of multiple stab and puncture wounds. The historian, she takes her final run off the estate and exits the field of battle. Burrowmaster. Burrowmaster will seize the Drow Priestess, heal herself. He points his hand down at her, and a beam of pure energy punches forward at her. Hits her. Overcomes her spell resistance, and her body instantly flashes and vaporizes, and dust flies off with the next breeze that passes through the area as he disintegrates her.
Let's not fuck with the Burrowmaster ever.
Drow Warrior on the guard here will attack the guard. Hits. Miss. 8, 2. This guy's dead. Gazebo Daddy. Gazebo Daddy runs and dives into the hole and plummets down into the darkness. I'm gonna move you guys back over here, Kip, just to put you guys somewhere where you're not actually in the middle of everything going on. But he rushes, jumps, and you all lose sight of him. Anyone who could see him before no longer can see him. Troglodyte. Troglodyte's going to strike at the bard woman who stabbed him. He will miss. This guy will he grabs a chair and tries to smash it into the hook whore. He fails. And the hook whore makes him pay for that, for using an improvised weapon. And that guy crumbles to the ground dead as its mandible slices his head clean off his body.
Ugh.
Let's see. This woman who was directly behind that dude is spattered with blood. And she is going to try to run. She will provoke the hooked horror. He will hit her. And off goes her head too, as he cuts her down as she tries to flee. Akko, you're up. There's a lot of dead people in this
Akko's
room.
gonna 5-foot step. There are a lot of dead people in this room. Akko's gonna 5-foot step behind this drow guy, and swift action cast a critical strike, and then
Okay.
I'm going to full attack action him.
All right. What does critical strike do?
It doubles the threat range of my attacks, and I deal an extra 1d6 against flanked enemies, and I have a +4 to confirm crits.
Okay.
Neat.
And I believe because it's swift, I don't get an attack of opportunity, right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
So here come
Lead on.
the 3 rolls. 17, 20, and 15.
Are these his regular AC?
Regular AC.
Okay. The
Well, does he
15.
get a -1 to AC for being slow?
Oh, good point. Actually, let me double check the slow spell.
Yep.
Yes, he does. You hit with everything.
Score.
All 3 as you just
And a
go
-1
murder
from the
blunder.
prayer.
Okay. So
Oh yeah, the
that's
prayer too. I forgot about the prayer. So many debuffs going on right now.
Strength modifier. Does the bard bonus, is that just attack rolls or is that also damage?
Is just attack rolls.
Okay.
+1 to attack.
That should be all of it.
31. I assume you're attacking the one between you and Jules, right?
Yeah, for flanking.
He is fucked up. You just start tearing into him with claw and bite, ripping chunks out of his body as he screams in pain. He does manage to push you off a little bit before you can really get into his internal organs, but you can see this guy's kidney. Like, you can just see it. It's just there, hanging loosely, almost about to fall out of his body.
Oh, I almost had the tasty bit.
Akka, did you add the +1 damage from prayer and from the bard song?
The bard song didn't give damage. The prayer is in there.
My apology.
Okay. Got it. Anything else you'd like to do, Akko?
No, I think that's my whole action.
All right. All right. Up here in the dining hall, this woman casts defensively. She will get her cast off as she casts a spell. Akko, Jules, you can make spellcraft rolls. Akko, you have no idea. Jules, you have no idea. They blink out of
I'm
existence.
gonna add my 1d6.
Okay.
Nope.
I have no idea. They just
Not any better.
wink out of existence. Let's see. Gazebo girl.
Save
What?
some lives.
Oh, they got away, cheering for them getting away. That's a foreign concept for me, sorry. Gazebo girl is going to continue cowering at the gazebo. Oye Hook Horror is going to attack the crown, the prince guard. Ooh, nat 20 for the first attack, and another nat 20 for the second attack.
I think that guy's gonna die.
So first, damage for the second one. All right, so that's going to be 53 points for those two. It automatically tries to do a grapple against them. The guy fails, so he does his beak attack automatically with the successful grapple, so he rends into the guy. Well, he doesn't kill him, but this crown prince just got popped open like a ravioli can as this beak just tears into his full plate armor, thrashing through him. It's not pretty. He looks terrible. He does not look like he has long left to live. drow. This drow over here. He's going to follow the hooked horror into here. Actually, he won't go over there. He will go down with a double move action. All right, top of the initiative order. Grab one thing here. Everyone who can see Dunkel in the garden, you watch as a scintillating rainbow floods out of the sky and crashes on top of him. As a voice rings out, "This is done." And then coming out of the sky over top of him, flying, is another Dunkel.
One of them's a Dunkel ganger. Yeah,
what?
I said it.
Let me.
John appreciates it.
Are we about to get dunked on, or is Dunkel about to get dunked
Oh
on?
my god! I'm out. I'm done.
About to get double dunkled.
Dunkel dunked.
Dunkel dunked.
All right,
The
so-
sad thing is,
Somebody's
What's that?
about to get some spunky dunkers.
Jules in the perfect spot where he can't see any of this.
Double Dutch
Everyone-
dunkle.
everyone
I'm
who
so-
can see Dunkel, please roll
Johnny
spellcraft.
riots.
So mad I'm missing Dunk Daddy.
Yeah, but you and Gazebo Daddy are in the
wait.
dark together.
Revoked. He's not Gazebo Daddy anymore.
Akko, can you see?
I don't believe I can.
Okay. All right. So Fee, you have no idea what he did, but as the rainbow disappears, so is the other Dunkel. And that's where we're gonna call it for tonight's session.
No.
Did we
bastard.
level?
Damn it.
You did not level. Did not level. This is a chaotic combat field. We will be picking up next week with the remainder of this combat. I believe it will end next week. I have a good strong feeling.
Oh,
Maybe.
there are
But-
fewer combatants on the field now, so it should go faster.
It's true. There are fewer both on your side and their side. Kip
like
is
we got-
down
looks like
in
you
the
got a
tunnels. Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get a notification for it.
Looks like the meter moved.
Oh, well, perfect. Thank you for whoever donated to the thing. I'll look it up later, but I appreciate very much whoever you are. It's very much appreciated to help go to a very good cause.
Does that say Jules and Alara for president?
For prom king and queen.
All right. Join us next week for Realms of Faroff on Thursday. We have Dave, do we have Dragon Horde on Tuesday next week? I know you're traveling for work.
Yeah, I will be home, so we can do it.
Okay, perfect. Well, tune in next time, everyone. Have a great night. See you on the next adventure.